Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic, and today I'm here to talk about Season 4 of FX's The Bear. Now originally, I was going to try to do quick little videos after each chunk of episodes I watched. The idea was like, okay, I'll watch 2, do a video, watch another 2, do a video. But the watch schedule became too erratic. Yeah, I watched this with my wife, so it's kind of like depends on her availability and how many episodes she could watch at a time. And it quickly became clear that it just made more sense to stick with my usual routine of just doing one video talking about the whole season. And I'm glad I did that too, because this would have been a tough season to record 5 to 10 videos on. So, like, while I still enjoy this show and I love these characters, each season has been a bit less than the one that preceded it. And this season, I don't think was any exception. And the first season it was a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite single seasons of television ever. Season 2 was just a little bit less than that. Wasn't quite as good as Season 1. And then Season 3 was a little bit less than Season 2. And now Season 4, I feel, is a bit less than Season 3. Bringing a show that started off as an exhilarating and emotional but anxiety-inducing triumph into something that almost feels pompous and was, if I'm being honest, it was kind of dull. Like, I feel like this show, and that's wild to say this was dull, but I feel like this show is trying to be highbrow at this point, rather than feeling like authentic moments with real people. It's montages of quiet reflection or cooking over a like nice Tom Petty song or some shit. Like it's conversations that lean more toward what I'd expect from Full House than what I'd expect from The Bear. And I appreciated those things in Season 1. It was beautiful to experience. But when you're hitting us with the same concept in every episode, multiple times over the course of 40 episodes, it grows tiresome and kind of tropey. It's like they're trying to meet like this highbrow quota rather than tell an interesting story about interesting people. Hey everybody, I just want to take a small break from this review to talk about the various other ways you can engage with me on other platforms. If you're so inclined, and I understand why you wouldn't, I am an acquired taste, but you can join the Patreon where you can get extra content like retro reviews where I review old shows and movies to see if they still hold up today, Mike's Musings where I talk about shows I'm watching that I don't cover on the channel, or Mike's VOD where you can commission me to watch a show which I will then review on the channel. And if you want to engage with me and chat with me more directly, I also implore you to join the Discord and follow the Facebook page. I set up channels in the Discord for all of us to discuss the shows I'm reviewing on the channel, and I also drop new videos in there since it's the easiest platform for me to share to from my phone. The Facebook can be really fun because I sort of live comment on shows I'm watching, often while under the influence, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also share news there, both about television and film and about myself as well. So if you like my content, you want to be more engaged, you think I'm charming, or you simply want to show support, feel free to sign up for the Patreon or join the Discord or Facebook today. Links to all platforms are in every video description. Remember to share all my shit to your respective social media platforms. And now back to this review. Additionally, completely gone now in Season 4 is that anxiety-inducing intensity that I loved about Season 1. You know, they force out a few shouting matches because that's what The Bear is known for. But again, it's like they're trying to meet a quota or something. Like, these are shouting matches for the sake of just having shouting matches. Like in Season 1, these arguments made us cringe because they were born out of that stressful environment. You got everything going on there. Everybody's feeling all this pressure. Then these fights start happening and people are arguing and screaming. The kitchen is small and cramped, like they're being crushed. Carmi's working through his brother's suicide. So like you throw in him and Richie screaming at each other, and all of this, like, it helps the audience feel that anxiety that the characters are feeling in the restaurant. This season, there is no anxiety in the restaurant, which is wild, given that they have a literal timer until they run out of money. I never felt the anxiety that should come from that because the characters barely seem to feel that anxiety, or at least the show barely showed us the characters feeling that anxiety. The show seemed more focused on being more up its own ass and haughty than making the audience feel like the characters' backs were against the wall, which is what was going on. The only attention they gave to the restaurant's performance during this season was like including like a red or black line, going across the screen. Oh, we're doing good. Do we do it bad? And doing that during the sappy montages that I talked about. And they didn't even show us, like, I get we didn't need it, but they didn't even show us the final day. They just skipped straight to everyone ironing out their shit afterwards. And even that was kind of like low intensity, right? It was like they told the actors to give high intensity performances in low intensity circumstances. Like Sid's behavior in that final episode didn't even seem true to her character to me. As a matter of, I'm not even gonna say in that final episode. Throughout most of the season, she didn't really seem in character to me because it was like she was just mad at Carmy all the time. And for me, it felt more often than not, unjustifiably so. Like responding to him in this frustrated way as if he's behaving the same way that he did in season 1 when his behavior wasn't deserving of that. And even though it's not like Carmy's become like the ideal boss or anything like that, he was way more accommodating in this season to Sydney than he was in previous seasons, but she kept treating him like he was acting the same, and it was weird. Like, I don't know, like simply put, I feel like this is another example of a show's legacy being tarnished out of greed. Like the show's first season was a moment. Like it came out of nowhere and it was perfect. And it should have just been left alone. Like everything was perfect. It came out of nowhere. It blew everybody's mind. It was amazing. It was perfect. Like you didn't have to leave it like that. And then we'll just have this all moment that we shared of this incredible show that came out of nowhere and completely blew us away. It was like everybody's favorite show that year. And it was perfect. But instead, in pursuit of money and devoid of any necessity, they just keep churning out seasons of this show. And now we're sitting here after the least of 4 seasons, staring down the barrel of a 5th because it's been renewed for a 5th, watching this show decline in quality, becoming a shell of what it once was, leaving out all of that authentic emotion that made season 1 so incredible and replacing it with this contrived highbrow bullshit because now the show wants to be prestige. It's trying to be prestige rather than wanting to be good and naturally just being prestige. I don't want to shit on the season completely because I don't think it's a bad season. It's just so much less than what it once was. But it still had a couple of moments I like. I like the conversation between Sydney and Claire in the hospital. Again, that felt real though. That didn't feel contrived. That felt authentic. I like Jamie Lee Curtis's performance and her conversation with Carmy. I think it was episode 8 or 9. If you can call it a conversation. It was mostly just Jamie Lee Curtis flexing her fucking acting skills. She crushed that scene. And while I had some moments I didn't like, I did still enjoy that final episode and conversation between Sid, Carmy, and Richie, just kind of getting all this shit out there. It was a good watch. But it lacked all of these things, even the things that I liked. I think aside from the Sydney and Claire conversation, lacked that emotional response in me that so many moments in season 1 elicited. Ibrahim's attempt to expand the beef business with Rob Reiner, that was okay. I made the unfortunate mistake of expecting it to go somewhere, and he was gonna save the bear with the beef business or whatever. But we got through 10 episodes, and I guess that's gonna go somewhere in 2026. It didn't really go anywhere. It just seemed like an excuse to have Rob Reiner on and give Ibrahim some more screen time, which is good because he's been kind of shortchanged. But in exchange for that, Tina's character got a real raw deal. Her entire season arc, all of it, was just her trying to get her time under 3 minutes. Fuck, she got nothing to do. And then Marcus got similar treatment. His whole arc was about not wanting to see his dad and then ultimately deciding not to see his dad. It's this is the problem when you're trying to meet snooty montage quotas. You're taking time away from the people and their stories, and that's what made this show special. I got to see a bunch of montages of Marcus making desserts and a little piping bag and shit, and maybe that time could have been actually better spent on Marcus. Not look at the fine and intricate details of the food. That shit was cool in season 1 when it was in concert with all of the character development. This, it feels like we're getting less character development in favor of more snooty montages. And they chose to make the center of this season's universe Richie's ex's wedding. And who gives a fuck about Richie's ex and husband who we've barely seen over the course of these 4 seasons? We've seen, I think Jillian Jacobs, that's her name, right? Jillian Jacobs plays the ex. Cool. We saw the husband, what was it? It was Josh Hartnett, right? It was somebody that we know. Yeah, Josh Hartnett. We've seen him twice? Why are we focusing on that instead of showing the real emotional impact on the characters that work at the Bear of, again, having a literal out of money timer in the kitchen? Like, I just thought it was a great move to do something like that. And I felt like they didn't really utilize it. Like, when they introduced that, I was like, oh, this season's going to be intense because we're going to be dealing with that timer all fucking year and all season. And they didn't. I thought it was a great move to bring in the staff from Ever. That's the restaurant that Olivia Colman's character ran. You know, all the people that we saw that worked at the Olivia Colman's restaurant. I thought that was a great decision by the show to keep those characters incorporated, help get the restaurant in shape. I was excited to see all of them figure this out under this, what I thought was going to be immense pressure, but they didn't really do much with it. Instead choosing to force, and I force another romantic relationship, this time between Richie and Jessica. And I feel like they lazily did that. Like, they just kind of just like, let's kind of like just float it out there that there might be something between the two of them. And when I say again they did this, I felt like that's what I felt with Carmi and Claire. Like that, I don't feel like this show needed that. I don't feel like trying to fit a romantic relationship into Carmi's life worked for this show. Like, yeah, I mean, that's real life, you know, but like, I just feel like they didn't need to pile more onto this character. But simply put, man, it feels like the show has kind of run out of ideas, but it can't end because it's so popular and they're just being forced to churn out season after season. And this used to be welcomed, like, ooh, more of the bear. Now I'm just concerned for season 5. Like, is it going to be less than season 4? Like, like, how long are they to keep the show going before it becomes a show that the best thing we'll be able to say about it is like, man, those first 2 seasons were amazing. Like, a show whose first season could go on the like Mount Rushmore of first seasons is now at a place where the 5th season is set up to be like this self-filleting collection of sappy montages that'll be a chore to get through. And like, that's just really sad to me. Like, I don't want them to like do season 1 over and over and over again. I want them to stop after season 1. But if you're going to keep doing it, at least keep the emotional piece, like the piece that makes me feel something. Because like watching these montages, like I'm gonna end in a moment. But in episode, I think it was 9, Carmi's going through his like childhood bedroom. He's just looking around. This scene's like 45 minutes long. And it's playing a song that they played during some heartfelt moment in season 3 as well. I'm like, they running back songs now. I'm like, this is about to be a whole thing where I got to hear this whole long ass song and just watch a character just wistfully look around. I'm like, come on, man. Like, get your head out of your ass. Like, this is not good right now. But on that sad note, I sounded like I really hated this season. I didn't. I enjoy watching it because, again, at the end of the day, even you can say bad, even the least, the worst, I don't even like saying worst, even the least of the Bears 4 seasons is still very good television. My point is just that they're now trying to make that, and they're trying to make something that feels like highbrow art, and it's lost most, if not all, of everything that made season 1 special. But on that sad note, check out all my other videos on the Bear. I promise they're a lot more, they're a lot more positive than this one. You can find them. I got a playlist for the Bear right here on the channel. Let me know how much you disagree with me in the comments. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time for season 5. And until then, peace.